everyone and welcome to our channel. This week we are starting a brand new series. I figured it would be a lot of fun to create a tiny house that represents every single world in The Sims 4. So at the making of this video, we have 22 worlds in The Sims 4, which is pretty crazy. Crazy in a good way though. I like variety and I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I figured for our first week we'd start off in our latest and newest town of Copperdale. And for Copperdale, what I felt like best represented this world was an old schoolhouse. So if you didn't already know, we can only build a high school in the world of Copperdale. So hence the school. This tiny home is a tier 3 tiny home. So we came in just under 100 tiles for this house. I think it's about 98. And then with that bell tower, that took a little extra tiles and I could have deleted the ceiling and I didn't because, I mean, once you're in a tier, it doesn't really matter. So I don't know, like living space, like how many tiles there actually are. It's decent. So it's a 2-bedroom, 1 full bathroom house. I mean, obviously what I was going for with this was, Flynn, an old 1-room schoolhouse that has been transformed into tiny living. I've actually seen this in our area pretty often. There's actually a decent amount of old 1-room schoolhouses in our area, and people have turned them into residential living spaces, which I think is really cool. Because not all of them can be museums and places where you just go and look around and learn about the history. So still using it as a building and just slightly changing the function, I think is really cool. So I had a lot of fun doing this, and the style inside, I kind of went for obviously contemporary, but then I threw in like a tiny little bit of boho into like the parents' bedroom. So that's also part of this build. I had to build a teenager's room since this is focused around school and high school. So yes, we have a parent's bedroom and then we have a teenager's bedroom. So I think that's pretty good. We got 2 decent sized bedrooms into this tiny house. And then we have a nice open concept area for the kitchen and the living room. And then yes, obviously our bathroom. And this was a 20 by 15 lot. So I was trying to keep it on a small lot. I don't think necessarily all of our tiny homes will be on tiny lots. I think it's just going to depend on the world and my vision for the world. But this one, I figured, yeah, we're going to put this on a tiny little lot. And this is, I forgot the name of the lot. Little Falls Nook, that says up at the top of the screen. I never changed the name until like the very end. So this lot is like probably one of the prettiest in Copperdale. It's right on a river, and the river empties out into, I'm assuming, like a bay area, and it's surrounded by woods. There's a little bridge over the river, and it's just super pretty. I know this was a lot of people's favorite lot. And I saw there's another lot, I think, in this neighborhood that is also like a little closer to the water, and it's further away from like other residential areas and retail, and I'm thinking this is the world where there's the fair, carnival, whatever. So it's further away from that, and I don't know, I just think it's really cool. So I'm really excited about this series. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And obviously this is just how I view all the worlds, because you might view them differently, and that's fine. So this is just my artistic rendering of how I view each one of these worlds. And I already know, it's like for vampires, I do not like occult stuff and I don't play with that. So I'm still going to take like the whole mood of the worlds like that and try to like put that all into a house. I won't say anymore because I want it to be a surprise. Yes. So also my plan will be so for instance, Copperdale came with high school years. So I am going to try to use a decent amount of items that came with that pack and that world obviously that makes sense. So, I mean, I used other stuff from other packs in here. It's not like a base game and high school years build only. I don't know. If you want to see any of those kinds where it's a limited pack build, you can let me know. But obviously, I'm going to take a lot of the items that came with that expansion and use it in this world because obviously that makes the most sense. Yeah, this is the first time now using these modular pieces. We got new modular pieces with this expansion of high school years, and I thought this turned out really good for an entertainment center. Although I kind of was thinking, how many people actually have entertainment centers like this nowadays? I don't know. I haven't seen them in a long time. I mean, our setup for our TV, we have like a small, like, rolly table under our TV to store like all the essentials of like video game stuff and DVDs, Blu-rays, your Blu-ray player, that kind of stuff. I don't know, but everything is becoming so digital that I don't know how many people have entertainment centers anymore. And then it's interesting. It's like, I like going to thrift stores. I love it. It is so much fun. But usually every time I go into a thrift store, I see the very old entertainment centers that were for like the old boxy TVs. And it's kind of sad because it's like, what do you use that for now? I'm sure there's some very creative people that have found some good uses for that. And I'd be very curious what people do with that. But it's like, TVs are so huge nowadays. Majority of TVs, and people have big TVs. So it's like those don't accommodate big, huge flat screen TVs. But yeah, I don't know. The good old days of having those entertainment systems. So yeah, this room, I decided to give like a slight little kind of boho flair. So we have like the contemporary, and I try to take like some like little pieces that are like a little bit older, and I wanted, ow, you don't have to bite me. I kept like that old floor, so I figured this is the original floor, and obviously they had to put up new walls to like segregate all these rooms, but I wanted like that little hint of history is still here, but then trying to make it, bring it up to speed and be like contemporary, and then like that hint of boho. And then I figured this would be obviously the teenagers' room, so we got a little more, once again, like contemporary, and threw in a computer setup in here. It's a smaller room, but I am surprised how much stuff I could cram into here. Hey, are you leaving? You can stick around for a little bit longer. Yeah. This video is short. You can stick around. I'm having so much fun with all these like posters and wall art with this new expansion. I love wall clutter stuff so much, and I feel like despite having all these expansions and packs, like we don't really have a lot. And technically in this pack, it's like not a ton of items, but going through all the swatches, there are so many swatches, and I love that. I'm so happy that we have a huge variety of stuff. And then yes, it feels more personalized for like teenagers' rooms and kids' rooms, and I love that. So obviously you can see we are here on the exterior, and you can kind of see where the slot is and how pretty it is. And I almost thought of kind of fencing this area off, and I'm like, no, I can't do that because they have this really nice view of the river right here. And if I did that, you're just like, why are you living here then? So I put like that little hedge up of like the shrubs, and then I kept everything else open, put the little like fire pit in the back so you can actually have a decent view of the river. Yeah, that's where I would want to be. That would be great. A nice warm fire and the sound of the fire, but then also the sound of like the babbling brook or creek. Oh, just, yeah, this sounds great. But since this is a shorter video and a smaller build, we are going to start to wrap things up because we are nearing the end of our video. Thank you once again so much for being here. We truly appreciate all of you. If you're not already subscribed, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, don't forget to give us a like. Turn on notifications if you want to be notified when we release new videos. And we hope you have an amazing week. We will see you all next week, everyone. Bye!
Maybe I never knew what I really wanted, but looking back I can see it's all clear. I'm still a kid trying to act like they all taught me, but nothing makes sense anymore. Maybe I could have seen it all coming, that I wouldn't grow wiser for each day. Am I the only one lost in translation, where nothing makes sense anymore?